moved him down there.
Alright, listen up. Don't chase. See him. Don't chase. I'm cool. That's it. Yeah. Again. I'm cool. That's it. Two.
Blessings Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode, and we're going to talk about Michail, who recently joined up with the Reggae Boys squad in the United States of America. Now, Michail trained earlier on today with the squad, and we're going to talk a little bit more about his situation and what his inclusion in this Gold Cup squad means to the Jamaican national team. But before we go any further, remember, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. Michail Antonio's case, it's a very tricky one, because currently his squad, his club team, West Ham United, they're in a somewhat of a predicament because they're considering if they should extend his contract. They've made multiple offers for a contract extension. They've even gotten to the stage of offering a contract where it was pay per play basis, where he would be compensated based on the number of games he played, etc. Mind you, Michail Antonio was in an awful car accident in December. It basically broke his femur in 4 places. He's on the recovery. I think he was fully recovered now, but there are a number of videos online surfacing of him going through his recovery stages, etc. So I think Michail Antonio coming back into the Jamaican national team is basically to prove that he is still capable of competing at the highest level. Mind you, Michail Antonio turned 35 in March of this year, and what that basically means is he's at the twilight of his career, put it that way. So any contract that he gets now may very well be the last contract before he hangs up his boots and decides to take on punditry or something along that line. A couple of weeks ago, he was on the punditry panel and he did extremely well for himself. So it may very well be a situation where he's considering that after football, but for now he seems as if he's still committed to football. He still has some unfinished business in the sport, and nothing's wrong with that. When you've been playing competitively for how long he has, you would not want to step away the way he did, which basically seemed like anticlimactic, because obviously it was in the middle of the season, no farewell, no send-off game, none of that. So I understand why Michail Antonio is still pushing to compete at the highest level, and whether or not he is at the level of fitness, we will see if and when he is given the opportunity to play at the Gold Cup for Jamaica. Now, what it also means is Jamaica has 3 different types of strikers at the Gold Cup. We have the Warner Brown, who is the poacher. We have Romario Williams, who we know he can run the channel, and he's also that big powerful figure. And then we have Michail Antonio, whose hold-up play is next to none in the team right now. So I think it's a good problem to have for Coach Steve McLaren. But about Michail Antonio, he knows how to find the back of the net. For the Jamaican national team, he hasn't been as prolific. Matter of fact, 5 goals in 21 appearances, but he is West Ham's leading goal scorer in the Premier League. He's played over 300 games for West Ham United, scoring 68 goals, close to 70 goals for West Ham. So that in and of itself is a huge accomplishment, and he overtook Paulo Di Canio for the top spot at West Ham. Now, Michail Antonio, whether or not he's fit, that is something that we will have to wait and see, because a fit Michail Antonio can give any defender in world football a genuine problem if he's given the right support. I know the Jamaican team has been creating some chances of late, and I think those chances are chances that Michail Antonio will feast on. But right now, Warner Brown seems as if he's the starting striker for Jamaica, and I expect it to be no different come the Gold Cup, especially against a Guatemala team. And I'll do the predicted 11 for that game against Guatemala, so stay tuned for that video. But it's good to see Michail Antonio back with the team. It's good to see him training. Reminder, he was in an awful car accident in December, hasn't played any competitive football since then. So whether or not we will see the best of him is still to be, we're still waiting to find out. But what I can tell you is this is an opportunity for the player to show the world that he's still able and he's still competent enough to compete with the best and to compete at the highest level. I think there will be a lot of clubs, a lot of scouts, I won't even say scouts, but a lot of clubs watching Michail Antonio to see what the level is that he's at and to see if he's still punching the way that he was before he got injured. But as I said, 35 years of age, his best years are behind him, so we can't expect Michail Antonio to be running the channels for 90 minutes. I think at West Ham before he picked up that horrible injury, he was doing 60 minutes, and when he came off the bench, he was being given 30 minutes here and there. So if he starts, usually comes off at 60 minutes. If he comes off the bench, usually 65 minutes thereabout. So he doesn't have 90 minutes in the legs, and after this injury, I expect it to be no better. So Michail Antonio, good to have him back in the Jamaican team. As I mentioned, 5 goals in 21 appearances for the Jamaican national team. So not the most prolific of striker with the national team. I think in 2024 he only scored 2 goals, but in his first year, which was 2021, he got he got a couple goals that year as well. So it's good to see Michail Antonio, and I'm happy, I'm excited, and the Reggae Boys fans, I know they can't wait to see him back on the pitch. So remember, share your thoughts below. What are your reactions to Michail Antonio being included, not only being included, but possibly returning to competitive football at this Gold Cup? Leave those below this video. Until next time.